Hello and welcome. Today I'm making something I've wanted to make for a long time because I eat a good amount of it, and it's just a good thing to know how to make. Hummus, your own. They're easily gotten in all the supermarkets. They're getting a little pricey, but it's always best to make your own, and it's not a difficult recipe, but it's not that simple either. It's maybe a couple of ingredients, but if you don't do the right process, I don't think you'll get the right result. I've watched several of them, and I tried to pick, the most straightforward, easy recipe that I could make, because there's a lot of different ones out there. For example, I'm using canned chickpeas, which are fine. I'm not drying them overnight. You can if you want to. Another important thing is that they have to be boiled for 15 minutes, and then I have to put them in this ice bath and rub it to get the outer shell off. Even though there's an outer shell that will affect the texture. So first, I'm only going to do one can because, again, I could say it 1,000 times. We're only 2 people, and I don't want to create waste. Okay. Woo! Let me put that aside. I'm going to go by the sink a minute and drain them. I'm boiling water because, like I said, I have to get them in there. Let me see if I can show you, and I can, why we're boiling them. Let me get a scotch towel because I think it's dripping. My little strainer. It's the baby strainer. Okay, now we drain them. I'm going to put them to boil, but I want to show you. And I'm going to show you again. There's a little outer film, see, on them. So let me put them in here to boil. Wait a minute, the water's not boiling yet. Okay. Let me see what else is going to be required. We need some lemon juice. We need to reserve some of the boiled water from the chickpeas. Lemon juice, cumin, a clove of garlic, salt, some pepper, and I believe that's it until we get them into the food processor. And the most important ingredient, my bad, is tahini. Now let me get that out and show you. Oh, I gotta get my footstool, guys. Oh, if it wasn't me, it wouldn't be a problem. But I try to come on all natural, no propping or preparing or any of that jazz. I don't even know what I'm gonna say when I get on here, guys. I don't. And that's why I hope you see that it's real and not staged in any way whatsoever. Okay, here's tahini. This is premium. This is not, hey Ben, this is not a cheap item. It's not very expensive either. It's not undoable. I think I paid $7 and change, just maybe $7.50 range. But it's important you get 100% roasted and ground sesame seeds, a premium one, because the good one is a little bit lighter in texture, and it's going to affect your end result. Okay? It's like anything else, get the best one you can. All right, I'm going to pause for a minute. Vinny's going to pause for me. I'm going to boil the chickpeas, and then we'll come back when they're ready to put in the processor. Okay, guys, the beans have been boiled for 15 minutes. I rinsed them. Now they get put in to the ice bath. I just want to make sure my dipper's not dripping. What a day, what a day. Okay. All right, let me put this aside here. I might need it. Now, the fun part. The direction is to take them and run them between your hands. Run the chickpeas. Let me get some of the ice out. Alexa, cancel. Okay. I see them floating already. And you don't have to go crazy. It said get out as many as you can. So I'm just running them through my hands. Making a little bit of a mess. It is a real kitchen. My hands are freezing in here. I didn't know this step. I didn't know that they had an outer layer of skin, even though they're canned chickpeas. Did not know that. Okay, so now let me show you what we're taking out. Get back in there. And like you said in the recipe, Get as many as you can out. And I only made 1 can. This recipe, as seen to me, was 2 cans. I don't need quite that much hummus. But if you want more, do a 2 can measurement. Okay. Yeah, I could see why this would interfere with the texture of the finished result. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to drain them from this water yet again, and then they're ready for the food processor. And I only made 1 can as well because if you're like me and you only have this 1 4-cup small food processor, my larger one is home in Florida. And you know, anybody who's been watching me for a while knows I have appliances here and there and everywhere. All right, I'm going to call it that's enough. I want to show you. Look what I took out. That's what you want to get rid of, okay? Now, let's drain the water, and we put them in there. We also saved some of the boiling water from the chickpeas. Okay. Now let's put them in. So going to be a little carryover water I didn't see in the other recipe. So that'll tell me to hold back on the boiled water. So now I'm obsessed with those skins. Hold back on the boiled water that I reserved and add only as needed. I may not need as much tahini. Now they're in the food processor. Now we need some cumin, about a 1/4 teaspoon, some cumin, some salt, okay, lemon juice. I'm not going to put it all. I squeezed. Yeah, go for it. I like a lemony hummus. I'll do. Clove of garlic. He used 1 clove that was fairly large. I'm going to use a smaller one, and you cut that into the food processor. And the last thing that we need to add is a little bit of the reserved boiled water. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. A little bit. It's hot. I'm going to keep it here in case I need more. And our tahini. Okay. About, let's see. He used about this much full. So I'm going to say, could always put more. But I can't take it out. I'm going to reserve that there. Did you see the liquidy consistency? All right, here we go, guys. Wish me luck. I have never made this before. And we want to get it. Oh, okay. It's got to lock in. Let me see. All right, this isn't locked in properly. Why do I have these troubles on camera? Why? Yes, I do live here. It's not locking in. Maybe it's the lid. There we go. And we want a creamy consistency. I think I'm going to add a little bit more water, of the hot water. A little bit. I want to push it down. Ooh, it's getting creamy. Woo! Put a little bit more tahini. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Tahini, if you don't know, is ground sesame seeds. And it tastes like Italian bread right now in here. That's my take on it, okay? That's my take. Let me push them down. Now, amazingly, in this recipe, I didn't see any olive oil added at this point. It comes on at the end. Okay. Ooh. I'm cheating. I could use a little bit more lemon juice too. Ain't gonna hurt it. I'm tasting as I go, as you should. Experiment. It's just food, guys. It's just food. A little bit of salt. Because I am eating this, okay? So it has to be to my preference, and it will be to yours. All right. Wow. Ooh, ooh. Now I got to get the proper dish for it because presentation is everything for me. Anybody who's been with me knows I like it to look pretty because you want to make it. You want it appetizing and appealing. So let's see if we can do the best we can with what we have. I got a white bowl. Ooh, should I use the glass one? Yeah. Oh, look at this. I just thrifted this last week. Okay. Why do I have trouble with this freaking container? There we go. Oh my goodness sakes. This is the fun part, guys. Stick with me. Stick with me. This is the fun part. Because now we're going to set it and make it look pretty. Look at that. The consistency is great. Now I see why it was boiled, the canned beans. I get it now, as you should too. Boiling it changes the consistency. It makes it nice and smooth. Look at that. Okay? That's a nice, smooth hummus, just like the store. I'm very proud of this right now. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I can't believe I just did this. I get excited when I make something for the first time, guys. And you don't know, because this is something, I tell you, I enjoy eating this. I use it on my sandwiches. I use it on my salads. I use it in my protein bowls. I eat it. So to be able to make it at home to my preference is a thrill beyond compare for me. Okay? A thrill beyond compare. Now, let's make it pretty. They say put the spoon like that and go around and around with an indentation and around and move your way in and move your way in and around. And let's make a little crevice there. Okay, well, we're going to have to put this off to the side. Okay, let's get our, we got to get a drizzle of oil, a little bit of paprika, and our parsley. So let's do the drizzle of oil first. You make the canal. This is mostly if you're having company and you want to be fancy and entertain your guests visually with your hummus. Use a good olive oil. Drizzle it around. Now, ideally, Italian bread, pita chips, whatever you desire to go with your hummus. Hummus. I don't know how to say it right. I hope I'm not messing that up. A little bit of paprika for color. Now, I don't have any on hand, but you would also decorate this in the center, as I seen in the recipe, was, let me get my parsley, guys, 1 second. Olives, Kalamata olives, Gaeta olives in the center, made it very, very appealing. I just have parsley and paprika. Let me rinse my hands, guys, and then we'll say goodbye because Mama's going to get something to have this for lunch with. Maybe I'll get something. Maybe I'll make a wrap. I don't know, but I'm very excited. If you can't hear it in my voice, I don't know what to say. I just made hummus. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, guys. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me have another taste now. See if it needs a little bit more lemon or salt or whatever have you. with the paprika and the lemon. Mmm. Yes, you could go more on the lemon. So I suggest when you make it, taste it as you're blending. For salt, if you like pepper, if you want to add more lemon, taste as you go. This is awesome. I gotta go. This is awesome. I am genuinely excited. I just made hummus.